about shop safety, PPE. Let's talk about extinguishing fires. All right. 3 elements must be present for a fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. And the the secret to put out the fire out will be to remove one of these elements. Okay? If you want to put the fire out, you either have to take out the oxygen, the fuel, or the heat. Okay? Example, when you put a fire blanket over the fire, you move the oxygen, right? A water extinguisher removes heat from the fire. That's the other element. The fire extinguisher. All right, let's talk about fire classifications. Always, if anyone has anything to chime in, Kyle, our resident fireman. If you got anything to add, by all means, you know. All right, Class A. Class A fire involves ordinary combustibles such as i.e. wood, paper, or cloth. Class B fire involves flammable liquids or gaseous fuels. Class C involves electrical equipment. Class D, combustible metals, sodium, titanium, magnesium. K. Cooking oils.
What's class K?
Cooking oils. Alright? These are 5 classifications of fires, okay? In the shop, a lot of times we're gonna we may deal with wood here and there, like even trailers. On those trailers out there, the floor is made out of wood. Even though it has an aluminum over it, the bottom of that is wood. So if you're not careful, say you're under there trying to replace a cross member and you cut it into it, you can actually catch the wood on fire, set the whole trailer on fire. Okay? Of course, working around paper and cloth, whether it's our uniforms or the rags that we're using to clean. Alright? We're working around a lot of flammable liquids, fuels, working around gas, diesel, gases, oxygen, acetylene, argon, nitrogen, a whole bunch of different gases, okay? And of course, we're working around electrical equipment, like our starters, our alternators, whether it's electrical equipment, a series of motors, anything electrical. Class D, we're not going to get too much into this, but we may run into this a little bit during welding if you weld or something. Metal can actually catch fire, right? Metal can actually burn. Class K would be your cooking oils, right? I had a bad experience with Class K and how to put it out. Trying to cook something, actually my old lady, she was cooking something, she had to put oil on the stove. And right in my kitchen, thinking I'll be prepared, I got a fire extinguisher right next to the stove, right? So I'm like, if fire happens, fire extinguisher there, we're gonna be ready. So sure enough, one day she's cooking, she leaves a pot on the stove, and whatever happens, she forgets and the thing catches fire. So she goes, the thing's on fire. So I run over. First thing I did was grab the fire extinguisher, right? That's your first thing. And I start spraying. I sprayed into the pot. And when I sprayed into it, that's the worst thing I could have done. Absolute worst thing I could have done. The fire actually splashed. Yeah, it turned into big, I splashed everywhere, got on me, burnt me, but that's an experience that I'll never forget. So instead of removing one of the elements, I added something into the fire, right? In a situation like this, I should have smothered, took away the oxygen, right? And I would have put the fire out. So if you have a liquid fire, you don't want to have anything to actually project it to make it worse. So, yeah. Fire extinguisher school. Alright, so we have different classes of fires. Thereby, we must also have different classes of fire extinguishers, right? You got this down? Moving on. Alright, fire extinguisher classification, fire extinguisher types. Class A. Class A will usually have the green triangle. Class B, you have a what? Red red square. Class C, I have a blue circle. Class D, yellow pentagram. And then class K, black hexagon. Alright, so not all fire extinguishers are created equal. You need a specific class to fight a specific fire. Okay? You can't, and you're gonna find that most of the most common fire extinguishers will be that of these three classes. You'll see they'll have a class A, B, or C. Okay? Because these are the most common types of fires that we may encounter. Alright? Any questions? The reason you can't use like a class K fire extinguisher, like I try to do, I try to use a class A, B, and C to put out the class K fire, and it didn't work out too well. Okay? Alright. We're gonna hash this down. Acronym. Who knows what that means? Besides Kyle. Justin.
It's like letters that stand for like, something
It's an acronym, right? Gary?
What's it stand for is what you're asking?
Yeah, what does PAD stand for?
Pull.
In this whole scheme of things.
Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep.
Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep, right? And so how you use a fire extinguisher. Alright? Use on the fire extinguisher, you're gonna have the pin. Right? So the P pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep. Remember that acronym. I'm sure test. So that's how you use a fire extinguisher. There's actually a wrong way to use a fire extinguisher. If you're not paying attention, you can take it and start spraying the fire. But if you can remember past, it just simplifies the process. So you grab the fire extinguisher. First, you have to identify what kind of fire it is. All right. In relation to the type of fire extinguisher that you're gonna need to use. All right. So you're gonna practice an acronym. You're gonna pull the pin. You're gonna aim. Use on the fire, there's a whip, there's a nozzle. You want to aim that at the base of the fire, right? You don't want to aim it at the top of the fire, you want to aim at the base of the fire. And then you want to squeeze the trigger, you want to squeeze the handle, right? And as you squeeze, you sweep, like sweep in motion, you sweep at the base of the fire to extinguish it, okay? So that's pass. Pull, aim, squeeze, sweep. if you had a fire catch in the engine compartment, or say for example, inside a cab, and it's a small fire enough where if you spray the fire extinguisher, it's really gonna make a big mess, because when you spray fire extinguisher inside the cab, it makes a really big mess. In an incident like that, you may be able to get away with using a fire hydrant. All right, any questions? Eye wash stations. Most shops, actually, it's a requirement. Our shops, there should be eye wash stations. Just like going to the airplane and taking a mental image of where the exit signs are, going to the shop, taking a mental image where the fire extinguishers are. It's always a good idea to take a mental image of where your eye wash stations are. Because something goes into your eye, it may be one eye, you might be able to head to the direction of the eye wash. But if you have no idea where the eye wash station is, the time that it happens, you're not gonna be in the right state of mind, you're not gonna be in a calm state of mind to say, okay, I know where it is, I'm gonna calmly walk over there. Usually, it's at a time where you have something splash into your eye and you go into like a panic frenzy, you can't see, and you go into mad rush trying to find it. So it's a good idea to have an idea where it is. Of course, if something is your eye, always ask for help, have someone guide you to the eye wash station. Okay. All right, write this down. Eye wash station used to flush the eye with clean water or sterile liquid. Again, eye wash stations are used to flush the eye with clean water or sterile liquid. In the event you get foreign material or particles in your eye. Right? I can't tell you how many times I've used an eye wash. I mean, something as simple as you go to spray, you go to use a brake cleaner, you go to spray, that goes in your eye, that stuff burns. And true story, one time I went to, after working on something, every shot has the soap, the gritty soap to clean your hands to get all the grime off, and this actually happened. So we have the station, and it has, the pump squeeze, you pump it in, yeah. So, and if, sometimes there's a buildup at the tip of the nozzle, it dries up and it builds up. So, just like I've done thousands of times, I went to go pump to clean my hands, and then I squeezed a handle, but there was a buildup, so it was like there was a tiny little hole for the, so it created extra pressure. So when I pumped it, it squirted my hand and shot right into my eye, right? So now I got like a gritty sand and soap in my eye. Luckily, I knew where the eye wash station. I just ran over there and put my face in there, and I was able to wash it out. But having something like that is a good idea to know around your surrounding in case you have to get to it when you're not mentally stable, so to speak. All right, eye wash station. A lot of places also have an emergency shower attached to the eye wash station. The eye wash station usually